What's going on, mate? This is Riley Knight from the podcast Half-Assed History, here to have a bit of a chat with you about the heroes featured in Hidden Cup 5. All the heroes the players are using to hide their true identities are real-life people from history featured as units in various Age of Empires campaigns. And while T90 is an avid history lover, his knowledge and memory of history would pretty firmly make him a historical low elo legend, I think it's fair to say. So he invited me along to tell you a thing or two about these heroes we're watching square off against one another. Let's get to know one of them a little bit better. Gajah Mada is one of the preeminent figures in the history of Southeast Asia, remembered not only for his skill as a military leader, but also his skill as a politician, skills that brought the mighty Majapahit Empire to its peak. Interestingly, however, and unusually for the time, Gajah Mada wasn't a king, he wasn't a prince, he wasn't a royal of any kind. He was a Mahapati, a prime minister, roughly speaking, a vice-regent, someone who acted on behalf of the king. Gajah Mada rose to prominence during the reign of the famous great king Jaya when he served as a leader of the elite royal guard. In 1321, Gajah Mada was instrumental in rescuing Jaya from some rebellious insurgents before going on to actually defeat the rebels altogether, and from this point his political career took off. Gajah Mada swiftly rose to the highest levels of government within the Majapahit Empire, culminating in him becoming the Prime Minister of the Mahapati in 1334 under Jayanagara's successor, Queen Tribhuwana, also known as Gajah. But here's something interesting, right? In the campaign scenario, The Oath to Unify Nusantara, Gajah Mada narrates the opening by saying, "As I feared, our king died this afternoon from an unknown illness." An unknown illness? Gajah Mada, mate, you bloody killed the bloke. What are you talking about? This has never been conclusively proven, but many historians believe that Gajah Mada organised the assassination of Jayanagara, who wasn't super well liked, I think it's fair to say. He had a much better relationship with Jayanagara's successor Tribhuwana, so maybe he knocked off her old man for the sake of his career, I don't know. In any case, it was a very good move because he certainly flourished under Tribhuwana, and after being made the Mahapati, he swore a famous and very ambitious oath to unify vast swaths of the Indonesian archipelago, known as Nusantara. And this oath became known as the Palapa Oath, and it defined his career. It saw Gajah Mada swear to forego eating spices until Nusantara was unified under Majapahit control. Imagine that. Imagine not eating spices. Imagine having your chips without a bit of salt. Although, then again, I know there are a lot of Europeans watching, and you weirdos eat your chips with mayonnaise, not salt, don't you? Bloody gross. Anyway, the Majapahit Empire was based in what is today Indonesia, centred on the island of Java, and after making his Palapa Oath, Gajah Mada did everything he could to expand the empire's territory outwards from Java. He led a sustained series of campaigns against the realms and the regions that surrounded his empire, even after Tribhuwana abdicated in favour of her son King Hayam Wuruk. And I'll tell you this, his campaigns were overwhelmingly successful, which is unsurprising, I guess, when your troops get free armour upgrades and you can start rolling out with cheap elephants. Or maybe he just beat everyone by pretending he was Magyar instead, so they never saw the elephants coming, who knows. In any case, his downfall came in 1357 after attempting to subjugate the Sunda kingdom by plotting to turn a Sunda princess into King Hayam Wuruk's concubine rather than his wife, as had been the plan. This went over with the Sunda like a fart in an elevator. Fighting broke out, and the Battle of Bubat saw the Sunda royal family killed, along with Gajah Mada's political career. His underhanded plotting had caused shame and humiliation to come upon King Hayam Wuruk, who immediately dismissed him as Mahapati and sent him into political exile to live out the rest of his life in a remote estate. But at least while there, he was able to eat spiced food. His plotting, as nefarious as it had been, it did result in the capitulation of the Sunda, and so his Palapa Oath was fulfilled. Gajah Mada finally died in 1364 in his 70s, and to this day he is remembered as a pivotal figure in Southeast Asian history, helping to bring about one of the most powerful empires in the region's history. But will he be remembered as the champion of Hidden Cup 5 as well? There's only one way to find out. Let's see if Gajah Mada can continue to crush his foes.